and a lot of people bought into this platform. The problem was, I had heard troubling stories about this company.
A user who is now able to withdraw $182.83. So surely that's the amount of money they put into the platform, right? Not even close. Their balance previously, $16,798.16.
I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far.
Logan Paul faces ongoing scrutiny as accusations of exploiting his audience continue to mount. Following the controversial launches of CryptoZoo and Liquid Marketplace, a third venture has emerged that mirrors the same concerning trajectory. This pattern demands a look at the origin of his brand strategy, specifically the sale of his rare Pokemon card. The auction spanned 7 weeks and drew 97 bids, eventually closing at $16,492,000. This transaction set a world record for a trading card and established the high-stakes environment that defines his modern business dealings.
What are we at? The current bid on the Illustrator, $12,400,000.
No way. What? No way. He just wants to end it. No way, bro.
One more bid's the new record all time. 12.5 million.
No way, bro.
Viewers notice that reaction immediately. When a seller starts hammering a gong and shouting that your offer is way too high, you have clearly overpaid. To understand the significance of this moment, look back at the history of that card. Years prior to the auction, he listed the item on a platform of his own creation.
It was a very hard decision to make, but yes, I will be listing this card on a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace. It allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together. I'll also be listing it for $5 million instead of the $5.3 million I bought it for. So basically, I'll be giving you guys $300,000 discounts because everyone likes discounts. And I should say this, I'll be retaining 49% ownership of the card. So I won't actually have access to it. It'll be in our vault. But if I want to wear it out to fights or a Pokemon box break, or maybe even put it in a museum one day, the community can decide.
The business model promised to democratize high-value assets by allowing fans to purchase fractional tokens of a $5 million trading card. Investors were told they could trade these slices just like stocks. The logistics seemed professional enough, with the card placed in a secure vault while the original owner retained a 49% stake. Serious conflicts of interest surfaced because Logan Paul acted as the platform co-founder, the primary seller, and the largest shareholder simultaneously. His ownership of the card had become central to his public brand for years. He frequently displayed the item around his neck during public appearances and championship fights to project an image of legitimacy. Logan Paul insisted on his status as an astute investor during television interviews to distance himself from the perception of a celebrity making reckless, speculative purchases.
What do you tell that group of young investors out there?
I think if you have the money, don't be afraid to take a risk, especially if you're young. Young people have a ton of energy. I had a lot of energy when I was younger. I'm 30 now and I'm Unc and I have a daughter, I'm a dad, and so I have way less energy. But if you're young, there are ways to spend and invest your money in ways that might mean more to you than a traditional conservative investment like the stock market. Whether it's a trading card, a piece of art, a piece of a dinosaur, like a sports memorabilia, game worn, anything.
Birkin bags. They're beating the stock market. Their appreciation.
And you're absolutely right.
Beanie Babies. Some of this stuff could be faddish. It's not. There's no inherent value to it. Like a Beanie Baby,
Sure.
It'll crash.
Sure. It's entirely possible. You gotta be careful with what you're investing in.
Or trade out of it quick.
Or trade out of it.
A trading card platform owner appeared on business television urging cash-strapped youth to ignore proven investment strategies and pour money into collectibles. The controversy deepens around the record price because observers doubt whether the card was ever a PSA 10.
Anything Logan Paul's involved with, chat, is a scam. In my opinion, I think the dude is the biggest fraud that has ever happened in the history of America. The reason why this is a scam is because this Illustrator card, if you look at it, it's not a PSA Gem Mint 10. This is an 8 that Logan got regraded twice, that somehow got upgraded to a 10. And the centering on this is trash. It's not a 10. That's why this card is a fraud. If you get this regraded, not as Logan Paul, it's an 8, 8.5. It's not that good of a card. Every expert will tell you this is not that good of a card. But somehow Logan Paul somehow got a Gem Mint 10. It's bullshit.
A PSA 10 rating implies a flawless condition, yet allegations suggest this particular card was repeatedly submitted until it finally secured the grade. While PSA remains silent on the matter, visual evidence of surface scratches makes the theory of artificial inflation credible. The card's history further undermines its pristine reputation, as earlier owners handled it with a level of informality that defies its supposed status as a museum-grade treasure. Despite these red flags, the buyer committed to the $16 million price tag without hesitation. The investor even spoke directly to Logan Paul and said he believes the item is worth 6 times the amount paid.
Every possible angle, and I concluded this is a 1-1.
Wow.
So if it truly is a 1-1,
Yep.
it sits against all the other icons like the Mickey Mantle,
Indeed.
PSA 10, of which there's 3,
Indeed.
the Wagner 8.
Indeed.
If those cards sold today, I mean, you know better than anyone.
Yep.
I think they're 50 to 70 million personally.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, you did your diligence, bro.
So
Good
you
for
know,
you.
I think this card's a $100 million card. It
This
just depends on how long you want to wait. But I got to tell you, man, I mean, we're printing the money like crazy.
Yep.
And the currency is being fundamentally debased, and
Yep.
these store of value assets, like collectibles,
Yep.
like gold.
Yep.
Dude, a T-Rex dinosaur fossil. That's on my list.
What?
I'm gonna buy the Declaration of Independence, maybe from you.
Yep.
We'll find out.
Bro, this is crazy.
And I'm not stopping there. This was only the beginning.
Yep.
This is my brother, Tony Mucci. He's a film director.
Pokemon master.
And we have been fans of Pokemon since we were kids.
Oh my God.
This was the right way to start the treasure hunt.
You just starting?
I just started it, baby.
Yes. Bro, that is so epic.
The treasure hunter.
The treasure hunt.
And if you want to learn more about it,
Yes, I do.
go to treasuretrove.com
I'm so intrigued.
and follow
I'm
at
so
Treasure Trove on
intrigued.
Instagram. There's a lot more coming, my man.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Just the
dude.
beginning.
This is bigger than the card. It's bigger than me. I don't even understand what's happening right now, but it's surreal, dude.
Bro,
It's surreal.
God bless you. I think this is a great first acquisition for that treasure
I
collection.
fucking agree, my
Oh
man.
my God.
I agree, dude.
You're a gangster. You are fearless, bro. I was talking to the camera, thinking I was talking to someone out there in the audience. He's right over there. He's just right over there.
We were listening.
Dude, so was Rip It Ray.
Count the yeps in that clip. A man just handed Logan $16.5 million, warned that currency is being debased, and claimed he will buy a T-Rex next, while Logan's tone suggests he couldn't care less. He already has what he wanted. That leaves the fate of everyone else, because Logan was never just a bystander to Liquid Marketplace.
What's up, y'all? Logan here. As an avid collector and strategic investor myself, I am so stoked to announce the launch of Liquid Marketplace, a platform where collectors can buy and sell fractions of rare collectibles via tokens on the blockchain. As a co-founder of Liquid Marketplace, I believe we're set to level the playing field by allowing anyone to own a piece of the world's rarest collectibles and build their portfolios instantly.
He promoted the venture as his own platform and declared himself a co-founder with a goal to level the playing field. During 2022, he described the project as his next company and secured $8 million in funding to get it off the ground. Others were clearly watching his moves closely as the venture took shape.
This was a fractionalized collectible platform where Logan sold things like roughly half of a $5 million Pokemon card. The idea was you could buy tokens that represented partial ownership in rare collectibles, and a lot of people bought into this platform. The problem was, I had heard troubling stories about this company.
The story first surfaced when the analyst who dismantled Logan's previous crypto venture flagged the new project. In June 2024, the Ontario Securities Commission lodged an enforcement application against Liquid Marketplace and 3 executives, CEO Ryan Bahadouri, CTO Armin Nickdell, and former CFO Denis Domazet. Regulators alleged that roughly $3 million of the $10 million raised was siphoned through hidden payments to shell companies and interest-free personal loans that were never repaid. About $500,000 of that sum funded one executive's luxury spending on jewelry, watches, and spa treatments. The core complaint for token buyers is that the tokens were marketed as legal ownership of authenticated, appraised, and insured Pokemon cards, yet the regulator says neither the ownership nor the authentication existed. In effect, purchasers owned only a line in a database, not a piece of a card. The case now sits before Ontario's Capital Markets Tribunal, so the final ruling remains pending. Curiously, Logan was not named despite co-founding the platform, raising $8 million, fronting the marketing, and using his most famous possession to validate the concept. His fan base comprised almost entirely his followers, yet he remains the only founder not held accountable. Logan issued a statement that breaks the numbers. He claimed the offering allowed up to 51% of the card, but only 5.4%, about $270,000, actually sold. He said he repurchased the tokens in May 2024 at the original price, made the funds available, and that the site later went offline for reasons beyond his control. When withdrawals stalled, he allegedly paid to restore the platform and announced that users could now withdraw. Liquid Marketplace's own posts, however, reported that the card's shares sold out, a figure closer to $2.5 million, not $270,000. Both accounts cannot be true. Either the company misled customers about a sellout, or Logan is now downplaying the amount he had to buy back. Notably, he refers to Liquid Marketplace in the third person throughout his statement, as if it were an external entity, while it is his own company and the very platform his customers were using.
So then we had this update on February 11, 2026, where Logan says, LM has advised that unclaimed funds have been released and can now be withdrawn. Then we ran into this little issue where the one-time password that was used previously by the users of the platform, and no one was able to log in, to my knowledge. No one that I talked to. I asked. The closest thing I saw was that they could try to log in. The one-time password did not function. Now we get into a user who is now able to withdraw $182.83. So surely that's the amount of money they put into the platform, right? Not even close. Their balance previously, $16,798.16. That's quite the drop here. Where's the rest of the money on the item that didn't sell out? Crazy.
The drop from $16,798 to $182 represents just 1% of the original amount. Rattle Pokemon has been in constant contact with fractional owners and reports that the login never worked for anyone he spoke with. Logan claims the funds remain available for withdrawal and users are sharing their screens as proof. One of those claims is accurate, but the tweet is not. Critics also argue that Logan's actions have harmed the hobby as a whole.
So here's what's happening, and I'm telling you what's going on because I know people in this industry chat. It's Logan and his gang went around the world in 80 days to everyone who's a Saudi prince and all these Saudi guys and told them how this is the new thing and everyone should be collecting this and this is art and this is the thing to invest in. So they went to all the Saudi people that he probably met from Jake, from all the boxing stuff, and he told them all to invest in Pokemon cards. And they are destroying the market. Not murdering, destroying them. Who can afford this? Who wants to buy a $150,000 Mewtwo? It's stupid. It's so dumb. He ruined it. If I can't buy this, why did this price go up 33% overnight? It's because Logan. It's because Logan is making it by telling all of his Saudi friends to buy it, and he's making this an impossible hobby to get into now. It's impossible. Why would Logan sell this card or care about this at all if he didn't, like, this was his baby, quote unquote, right, for years. He had this as his baby. This was all I saw about him was WWE and this, and that he owed people money. If this was really his baby, and he knew it was going to be worth $100 million, he wouldn't sell it. He'd be like, dude, this is just proof that the card company and card business is going to go up. He sold it for a reason. You got the bag. This miniature Hassan got the bag, and there's the worst two people you could ever do a deal with right in front of you, Golden and Logan Paul, and you bought an $18 million chain from them. You got scammed to hell, and they're just looking at you laughing. Golden's a scumbag from the dark depths of the ocean, and this guy can't even look at you. You got scammed so hard. He's looking at Logan like, is this for real? Did he really just give me $1.8 million? Logan's just like, right. He can't even do his WWE act on this guy. He's just like,
Though unproven, this concern holds validity. Logan Paul's 2020 NFT purchase, once $600,000, is now worth only $150. A betting controversy surfaced. Days before the auction, a newly formed crypto wallet placed a $190,000 wager, predicting the card would sell for over 10, 12, and 15 million. It yielded over $300,000 in profit. Ex-users matched the wallet's profile picture to one on Logan Paul's phone during a Polymarket promotion. No proof links the wallet to Logan Paul, who denies it. Public opinion, however, connects dots without explicit confirmation. This pattern predates the Pokemon card. Liquid Marketplace, unveiled in 2022, was not his first venture. CryptoZoo launched in 2021. By Liquid Marketplace's debut, CryptoZoo investors held nothing. Logan Paul marketed a new platform as his previous one collapsed, leaving his audience behind. An undeniable pattern emerged.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologize. Step 2, we want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially you're gonna be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far, and I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me. And lastly, thank you, CoffeeZilla. You have catalyzed this, and I am very grateful for your work and your investigation, and I mean that. Thank you, bro.
He apologizes, promises to set things right, thanks the whistleblower, and then the genuine offer finally arrives.
Logan Paul is refunding people he scammed if they promise to stop suing him for the vastly larger amount he may owe them. And honestly, I'm conflicted because on the one hand, victims getting money is always great, and I'm proud that our investigation led to some real-world consequences. But I can't pretend that things are fixed or fine for people who entrusted me with their story when that's just not true. So here's the real, more complicated story in 3 parts: the refund offer, the Zoo tokens, the lawsuit, starting with the most important part. And if you get one thing from this story, this should be it. These are the estimated damages in CryptoZoo, $18.5 million, which comes from a combination of ZooCoin and NFT sales. And then this much smaller percentage of that pie is what Logan is actually offering to refund, on the condition, though, that all of the people who spent the last year suing him for the larger damages drop their case. So that's a refund of only 12% to drop 100% of the case that, as far as I can tell, Logan may be losing.
Victims were offered a fraction of their losses if they waived all claims. CoffeeZilla's persistent reporting led Logan to sue him, providing no answers. This 2-year case ended quietly out of court, unresolved. Undeterred, Logan then launched another venture.
What is up, collector? Ripit is coming soon, and you're gonna want to be first in line. So we're growing our wait list for users to get early access and to give back to the day one collectors who help us grow this thing. Top referrers will climb the leaderboard to get rewarded with things like the holographic pull from this first edition heavy pack, a $30,000 base set unlimited box, and a PSA 9 first edition Lugia valued at roughly $7,000. Additionally, for every milestone of users that we hit, we'll do giveaways with the entire community with things like this crystallized Daniel Arsham Squirtle figure, multiple sets of base set packs, a first edition heavy pack, other great cards like Arcanine, Snorlax. You get the point. Awesome stuff, guys. My team and I are grinding 24/7 to bring this platform to life. So please tell your friends and get ready to rip it.
This latest venture, called CryptoZoo, establishes a waitlist, a referral leaderboard offering prizes, and a service allowing users to pay for card pack openings. Customers can then instantly cash out, keep items in a digital vault, or have them shipped. This mechanism asks the same audience to recruit new participants and store their assets in a system where they only hold a record of ownership. It is unequivocally the liquid marketplace structure, merely disguised with a Pokemon overlay. Despite this transparency, new signups persist. The pattern remains constant. A complicated product is sold to a trusting audience. The creator extracts funds first, and when the project inevitably fails, a statement of apology is issued. The underlying reason this cycle repeats is the audience's unwavering trust. The real question is not if this is a coincidence, but when it will be widely recognized as a calculated business model.